In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your side mirror on your Ford Taurus. It's located on the outside of your door. Using an 8mm socket or wrench, you're going to disconnect your negative battery terminal. Loosen it, and then put it off to the side. Make sure it's not touching any metal. Okay, so we're going to remove, there's usually a little plastic grommet thing. You're going to take that out so you can access that screw, and we're going to also take off the door panel. All right, so we're going to take out our screws out of the door panel using a Phillips head screwdriver, or if you have a drill, you can use a drill with an extension on it. Now we're going to go around the door panel and find the rest of them. I'm going to go underneath. There's one over there. Okay, and then we're going to take a short screwdriver and undo this last one. And put that off to the side. Now we're going to take out this bolt up here using a 6mm socket. All right, so now you're going to slide your trim tool in the door panel, right at this top corner. And so take it out of the fastener and then work your way down. At this point, I usually go by feel. I run my finger down and then I find the next one. Sometimes you can give it a good yank and it'll come out. Other times you need a trim tool, depending on the door panel. This one looks like you can probably give it a good yank. And now I'm going to work my way to on the bottom and over to the side. So you're just going to pull it. Okay, so now we're going to take this off just by sliding your trim tool in. Just to give you a little access. There is a little screw down here that we have to take off. Okay, take that out. All right, so once you get to this point, you're going to slide the door panel this way, like that, to unhook it from the door handle. Okay, using a 6mm socket, we're going to loosen up this bolt. And set it aside with the plastic piece. And now we can access these 3 bolts that are holding the mirror on. But before we do that, we are going to unplug our mirror. Over here, there's a black tab. You just push in on it and pull out. All right, using an 11mm socket, we're going to take out these nuts. I'm going to leave that last thread on so the mirror doesn't fall out. And go for the last one. Now you can take off this other nut, hold the mirror as you do it, and wiggle it out. All right, so now we're going to feed our wiring harness through the hole to the front, to the inside of the door, and line up our studs so we can put the nuts on. The only way you're going to get that nut on is by putting it on the socket first. So now we can tighten these up. And snug them up. About wrist tight. And I usually check one more time, go around one more time. Feels good. So now we're gonna connect our connectors. You're gonna line it up, push it together. Once it's in, let's give it a good check. And now what I would do is put the key on, make sure it moves around, make sure your electrical connector works. And if it does, put the door panel back on. Okay, so the part comes with two different backings. You can choose whichever one. The other side has the matte finish, so I'm gonna use this. Put this aside. So how you install this is you just line up the clips, these backing clips. Put our padding back in and start to line everything up. So that means your door handle needs to come through. So we're going to pull that out. Your rod for the door lock has to be fed through the top here. Okay, once you get that, you're going to try to get that clip back there and slide the door a little back into the clip. Then you're going to line up your top grommet there. If you're having trouble keeping your door lock where it belongs for the final push, you can put your plastic piece back on it, and that'll extend it up higher. Okay, so now it's time, now that you have somewhat the door panel back on, you don't want to go too far. You definitely want to put this triangle piece on first, since the panel goes on top. So you're going to start your bolt there. I'm going to use a 6mm socket. Tighten that up. Make sure your wire is fed where it belongs. And I'm going to line up our other screw and use a socket to get it started so you can reach in there. And now we can tighten that down, hand tight. Wrist tight, I mean. All right, so now we can put the rest of the door panel on, lining up the grommets, working your way around to the bottom, putting that back. And now we can put our screws in. I'm going to start with this one up here, just so we can hold it in place. And that's that. The procedure is the same on the other side. You're going to take your negative battery terminal and put it on. Push it down. And use an 8mm socket. And tighten it wrist tight. Make sure it's not moving, and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.